Exited turn number 2, working the back straightaway now. Large gap, about 25 car lengths back to Chase Elliott in second, Ross Chastain in third. Michael McDowell was hanging with them for a couple of laps, but he has since faded as Kyle Busch swings it wide off of turn number 4 in the top spot.
And we'll come to the line to see 15 laps to go in the Paula Casino 400. A pretty good day all the way around, Steve Post, for Richard Childress Racing.
What a recovery for Austin Dillon. A bit ago, Jeff Striegel mentioned on the broadcast that Austin was running in 7th, and I looked down at my notes. The car was loose, the car was tight. Lap number 43, they pitted twice because the vinyl was coming off the nose of the car. Right after lap 100, he said the car is plowing. It's terrible. The last 2 times, he said the car is really, really good, and Austin Dillon has risen to that. He is right now sitting in 6th spot and having an awful good run. Great recovery for Austin Dillon. His crew chief, Keith Rodden, they are having a really, really good day, and boy, if it stays as it is, it would be an exceptional day for Richard Childress Racing.
Absolutely would be. They were runner-up, Austin Dillon was a year ago. We're down to 13 laps to go. No battle at the front of the field, but you're watching a good one as it comes across the line.
Yeah, we were talking about Austin Dillon. He lost 2 positions in that last lap. Suarez got by, Denny Hamlin just got by, and that's a knot of race cars in front of Dan Hubbard.
Here they come into turns 1 and 2. I'm watching Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez, and Michael McDowell getting mixed up in that as well. Single file formation off of turn 2.
Michael McDowell well off the pace. Half of that pack has already been able to make the pass on Michael. Now the second half trying to do so up the back straightaway, led by Denny Hamlin, who goes to the inside of McDowell. Harvick has already made the pass, as has Daniel Suarez. Those two lead this pack of traffic.
Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, and Kevin Harvick making his final start here at the Auto Club Speedway. Career start number 750 for Kevin Harvick. That is 10th all-time. Kevin Harvick wrapping up his career at the end of the season.
750 consecutive starts for Kevin Harvick in the NASCAR Cup Series. That is an outstanding stat. When you think about that, put that into perspective. Without missing a race in 750 consecutive starts, it's phenomenal. And when you think about this racetrack here, he's from Bakersfield, California, which is northwest of here. He won here in 2011. He's got 10 top 5 finishes in his Cup Series career here at this racetrack. And not just that, but he's gone 3 straight top 5 finishes here over the last 3 races, and he's trying to get himself another one.
And it would be career start 791, and that is 10th all time. You're right, consecutive starts, 750, that is 3rd all time. Kevin Harvick with a Hall of Fame career, wrapping up his final run in his home state. Driver from Bakersfield, California, Kevin Harvick right now running in the position number 4.
Having a decent run today. Sure, they want to be up front, and they want to be leading and trying to get into the victory lane down there, but I think at this stage of the season, in points race number 2, a top 5 finish here at Auto Club Speedway would be something they would hang their hat on and take it with them. But Dan Hubbard, they're not all that comfortable at the moment as they race off to turn number 1.
Again, this is the fight from 4th on back. Kevin Harvick wants it. Denny Hamlin now has gotten around Daniel Suarez, so give the 5th position to Denny Hamlin. Suarez, however, still hanging on to the rear bumper of the Toyota.
Good 3-way battle led by Kevin Harvick off of turn number 2 and up the back straightaway. Denny Hamlin a car length back next in line, followed by Daniel Suarez. They're single file into turn number 3. That's when they'll fan out. Harvick will go high. Denny Hamlin will go to the bottom looking to make the pass.
And Kyle, Ricky, we are down to the final 10 laps. The final 10 laps here of the Paula Casino 400. Kyle Busch last lap, 3.4 second advantage. It stays the same, Dan Hubbard, the distance over Chase Elliott.
Just a few laps to go. Kyle Busch was setting a blistering pace. I mean, you could visibly see it. Finally, like about 5 laps ago, he has backed it down just a little bit because he can afford to as the leader makes his way to turn 3.
Brings the Lucas Oil Chevrolet into turn number 3 for Kyle Busch. Up against the outside wall, has a very healthy advantage over Chase Elliott in second.
By the tone of 3.5 seconds over Chase Elliott in second. 5.5 seconds over third place Ross Chastain as they make their way across the line, down to 9 laps to go, headed to 1.
Here comes Kyle Busch all by himself. There's very light lap traffic behind him, very light lap traffic up ahead. Kyle Busch, for the moment, enjoying a Sunday afternoon drive.
All by himself right now on the racetrack is Kyle Busch. No lap traffic ahead, at least immediately closing in on William Byron, who got the wall here just a couple laps ago. The only car right now directly in front of the race leader. Still about the same gap back to Chase Elliott, who's running unchallenged in second.
Just keep it off the fence now for Kyle Busch as he comes off turn number 4. 8 to go here. Quick reminder, after this, the NASCAR Xfinity Series live green flag, flag-to-flag coverage coming your way. 8 Eastern. Kyle Busch, Dan Hubbard is at your feet.
Yeah, that you said, Jeff, keep it off the fence. Kyle Busch likes to hug that wall in the entrance of turn 1. Then he lets it drift off by about 3 or 4 yards in the middle of the turn. Then he goes back to hugging the wall with that right rear quarter panel every time he teases it off the exit of turn 2.
But I don't think he's caught the wall thus far here today, at least at this end of the speedway. Keeps it a full car width lit off of the outside wall and continuing to close in on a couple of more lap traffic.
The battle from 4th, 5th, and 6th continues to be very heated. Daniel Suarez got by Harvick, and I believe Hamlin might have caught the fence, Kyle Rickey.
He did in turn number 3, trying to make a pass on Daniel Suarez in turn 3. Hamlin got too wide, caught the outside wall, and lost a spot to Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Harvick is getting by. Brad Keselowski is going to get by. Let's follow that battle back to the corner.
Here they come back to the corner. Harvick now all by himself in that 4th spot. Then you see the car of Brad Keselowski about 5 car lengths behind him. And again, Hamlin having a little bit of difficulty negotiating turns 1 and 2. It's good enough for the moment to stay in front of Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon just a couple of car lengths behind Denny Hamlin as he makes his way up the back straightaway. It was a lap ago that he gave up a couple of spots at this end of the speedway. Suarez, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski all going by, and this time they'll go single file towards the outside wall.
4 Chevrolet Camaros go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a couple of Ford Mustangs are 5 and 6, all being led by Kyle Busch. Chase Elliott is second, Ross Chastain goes third, Daniel Suarez is fourth, and Kevin Harvick, Jeff Strugel rounds out the top 5.
Rest of the top 10, Brad Keselowski over Denny Hamlin, that's 6-7. Austin Dillon running 8. Alex Bowman and Joey Logano go 9-10. 5 to go, Alex Hayden. A highly entertaining race drawing to a close.
28 official lead changes so far, and those official lead changes are only counted at the start-finish line as Kyle Busch flashes by the start-finish line again with 5 laps to go as they race off into the corner.
Here comes Kyle Busch, and you can actually see now that he's just a little bit off the pace. He's toning down the motor just a little bit because of his 3-second lead, and he's staying well off the wall as he comes off turn 2.
He's at the exit of turn number 2, still a healthy lead over Chase Elliott, keeping an eye on Brad Keselowski further back in that second pack of traffic we were following a couple of laps ago. Brad caught the wall, pretty heavy clip here in turn number 3 a lap ago. Gave up a spot or 2 in the process, so we'll see if Brad can keep that car at speed.
You know, Dan Hubbard, we say, just keep it off the fence. Easier said than done. Tires are wearing down. Patience are wearing down. Fatigue is setting in. Easier said than done, but you've got to do it if you're going to go to victory lane.
Absolutely, and that's what Kyle Busch is trying to do right now as he comes through turns 1 and 2. Then it's a ways back. Well over 20 car lengths to Chase Elliott riding in that second spot. And you look for Ross Chastain, another 10 car lengths back behind him, riding in that third. Everybody hustling their car, trying in hot pursuit of Kyle Busch.
Top 3 cars strung out the length of the back straightaway here at the Auto Club Speedway, led by Kyle Busch, still about 25 car lengths back to Chase Elliott in second. Same distance, maybe a little less to Ross Chastain in third.
This is the longest green flag run of the entire race at 54 laps. Here's Kyle Busch. He'll slide by the start-finish line. 3 laps to go here at Auto Club.
Just amazing, an amazing performance on the part of Kyle Busch. A remarkable recovery for him this afternoon. Again, staying well off the wall. And he's the only one not really hustling his car. Chase Elliott is still trying hard. So too is Ross Chastain. But boy, their work is cut out for them if they're going to try to catch the leader, Kyle Busch.
A lot of ground to make up for both Chase Elliott and Ross Chastain, and are also having to deal with some lap cars as well. William Byron's going to pull his slower car. to the inside of the speedway, give the faster lead lap cars all the room in the world topside.
Crowd on their feet, 4 miles to go for Kyle Busch in the final start here at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. Bulldozers will move in on Monday. Kyle Busch is thinking about moving into victory lane.
You see a couple of flames come out of the exhaust pipe for Kyle Busch as he backs down to the throttle. Absolutely no traffic behind him. He's got clean air and clear racetrack. Kyle Busch motors off of turn 2.
Not a whole lot of traffic in front of him either as he makes his way up the back straightaway for Kyle Busch. Large gap back to Chase Elliott, who is clear of lap traffic. Closing in on the slower car of Chase Briscoe is the race leader, Kyle Busch.
As he comes up off of turn number 4, Kyle Busch patiently awaiting the white flag from Greg Harris on top of the flag stand. Here comes the red, white, and blue Lucas Oil Chevrolet Camaro. Final trip for Kyle Busch around Auto Club Speedway.
For truly the final time at the 2-mile configuration, Kyle Busch comes into turns 1 and 2 at Auto Club Speedway as the leader. He leads and he leads by a bunch. Kyle Busch off turn 2, headed to turn 3.
Off of turn number 2 for the final time here at the Auto Club Speedway, the Lucas Oil Chevrolet and Kyle Busch behind the wheel. Out front by 25 car lengths over Chase Elliott. Looks to the outside of the slower car of Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch can see the checkered flag from here.
His first win came here. His 61st win will come here at the Auto Club Speedway for Kyle Busch. New driver, new organization combination, and it turns out to be a winning combination as Kyle Busch has scored the win in the Paula Casino 400. Let the celebration begin. Jason Toy.
He just cued the radio and said, boys and girls, this is the first of many that we're going to have here for this team. Randall Burnett, the crew chief, giving high fives all around. And hey, your boy just won the race here. Just won the final one here at Auto Club. How about that?
That's pretty special. I know that's pretty special for him. He got his first win here, so be the last one to win at this place is going to be pretty cool for him for, all that. And I'm so proud of this bunch right here. Pit crew was awesome today. Got us spots every time we came down pit road. Car was great. The engineers did a great job with everything. So, and Kyle, he sped on pit road earlier and drove back to the front again. So he put our show on today for everybody, I think.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Randall Burnett, the winning crew chief here today at Auto Club.
With his driver, Kyle Busch, the car owner, Richard Childress, and the organization, Richard Childress Racing.